So we're going to look at our first question here. So let's read it. A bridge can be modeled by the following equation where h is the height in meters, so there's h, and d is the distance across, and you have your d in here. So h equals negative 0.01 d squared plus 0.6 d. No y-intercept at the end here. Find the d-intercepts, find the maximum height of the bridge and its location, sketch the graph. How wide is the graph? Let's start off with find the d-intercepts. So let's see, find the d-intercepts. We're going to set the height equal to 0. So a here for a part, h equals 0. So the height equals 0 to figure out what the intercepts are. So you got 0 equal negative 0.01 d squared plus 0.6 d. That's equal to 0. So we can take out one of the d-intercepts. Okay, we can take out a d. So one of the d-intercepts is going to be 0. How do I know that at the start? Because there was no y-intercept. It's that first special case. So I should have mentioned this at the start. This here has no y-intercept. So it'll look like that very first special case that we had. It'll look like this one here where there's no y-intercept and comes over here. Okay, where the first y-intercept is 0 looks just like that. So let's continue with this and figure out the d-intercept. So we took out just a d here. We could have taken out more. We took out just a d. Now d equals 0 or the other bracket equals 0. So here d can equal 0 or this entire other bracket negative 0.01 d plus 0.6 equals 0. We're going to bring over the number so we can solve 0.01d. So for each of these cases, just to let you know, for each case, you can always take a d out, and then you just solve this other side. You always know that d equals 0. Now you're going to divide by negative 0.01, divide by negative 0.01, and I believe that's 6, but I can just check it on my calculator here. So let's take a look. 0.6 or negative 0.6 divided by 0.01. Oh, it's 60, so I would have been off. So d is 60. Just want to make sure I type that in correctly. Yeah, 0.6 divided by 0.01, and I get 60. Okay. Next, we're going to extend the page now. We'll do the next part. See. Find the maximum height of the bridge. So we can do completing the square. There's two things you can do. Okay, there's two different ways. So method 1 is completing the square. So do method 1. We'll complete the square for b. Okay, complete the square. There's another method too. We can use symmetric points. I could show method 2 in a second, but if you just want to do method 1, that's okay. So let's see here. So I need the equation. I'll complete the square. You know what? What I'll do is I'll copy this and I'll put it on another page and we'll complete the square. I find that most people complete the square and do not use symmetric points. So h equals negative 0.01 d squared, and then you got to divide that by 0. You're going to get negative 60d. I think I've already done that division earlier. I did it on the calculator over here a second ago. You can do it again. It's 0.6 divided by negative 0.01 divided by negative 0.01. We'll do it one more time and you'll see it's negative 60. Okay, now we keep completing the square. So we're going to add and subtract. We're going to take the 60 divided by 2. Okay. So we're going to take that 60 divided by 2 and square it, which is what we were working on in the last lesson. So we're going to take the 60 divided by 2. And now we're going to square that number to the power of 2. Or you can use the square button. I use that hat, which represents the square, 900. So we're going to add 900. Okay, and we're going to subtract the 900. We'll close the bracket. Take the negative 1 out, so h equals negative 0.01. Okay, negative here, 0.01. D squared minus 60d plus 900 And when we take the negative 900 out, we have to multiply by 0.01. So we'll go back to a calculator. So you take that 900 times 0.01. It'll be a double negative. So when it comes out, it'll be positive. So it would be plus 9 out here. And we have one more step here. We got h equals negative 0.01 d minus 30, because 30 times 30 is 900, or half of negative 60 is 30, squared plus 9. And our vertex is 30, 9. So the first part of the vertex, okay, so you got x, y. Well, the x is like the distance here, so it's d here, and this is the height. So the first part of the vertex is the distance. So this goes with the d in here. The outside here goes with the outside there. So that's the height. And let's make sure we answer our question here. We'll put a little sentence. Okay, and I should have put a sentence on the first one. Find the d-intercept. I'll put one on. Find the maximum height of the bridge and its location. So the maximum height of the bridge is 9 meters. So the maximum height of bridge is 9 meters. I'll come back and I'll do method 2 at the end of the video. So if you're comfortable with this one method here, I will only do this one question. But if you're comfortable with this one method here on this video, and I'm only going to do the one question on the video, then at the end, I'll do the method 2 for those that are interested in how to do it in the second method. Then you can just skip to the next video for the next question. So for this particular question, we're just going to finish off by doing C and D. So we know the height of the bridge is 9 meters, 30 meters away. 30 meters away from the end, I guess, from the end. So I will do method 2 at the end of the video, but we're going to answer the other parts of the question. Let's take a look at the next part. Sketch the graph, and then how wide is the bridge? Okay, hopefully from the sketch of the graph we'll know, but I think we already know the width. I'm going to insert a blank page. We're just going to do a little sketch of the graph. So these types here, the graph always looks like this. It starts at 0, comes down, and goes over here. Okay? It goes all the way to 60 meters, and it starts at 0 meters. So there's the answer to D. It's 60 meters away. The middle is 30 meters. So right here, 30 meters. Okay, so 30, and the height across is 9 meters. And we just ask for a sketch, so you don't have to be perfect here. So this is like our distance, and this is our height. So it doesn't ask for a complete graph. It doesn't say just go graph. It just asks a little sketch, and that's pretty good for a sketch. 30, 9 here. Okay, last part here, so that's C. Just ask for a little sketch. Starts at 0. C part, okay, C part here is, what is the width of this bridge, or what is it a bridge? Just let me make sure what it is. A bridge, yes. The width of the bridge is actually 60 meters. Or that's D part, 60 meters. So the width of the bridge is 60 meters. Okay. Those of you that are happy with completing the square and finding the vertex, well, you guys can now stop the video and go to the next one where I'll do the next 2 questions. Those of you that want to see how to do a method 2, how to do the second way to figure out the maximum height, you guys can stay on. Okay, method 2. Method 2 for finding the height. Well, for method 2, we know that one x-intercept, okay, is 0 meters. So we know that D is 0, and we also know that D is 60 meters across. Well, if we average the two, if we take an average, this is D1, D2, we can find the axis of symmetry. So axis, it was called symmetric points. Axis of symmetry, okay, is basically D equals 0 plus 60 over 2. So let's call that method 2. This is called symmetric points. Okay, so 0 plus 60, it's going to be 30. The answer here is 30. So we know that 30 is our maximum is where the maximum height's going to occur. It's the average of the two x-intercepts. So we know it's halfway between the two x-intercepts is our maximum height. Now, how would we get the 9? If we knew that was 30, how would we get the 9? Well, we'd plug it into that initial equation. So let's just get that initial equation over here. I'll copy it. We just plug that 60. Now, I think this is a little bit easier. If you already have the two x-intercepts, I think it's easier than completing the square. A lot of people just like to complete the square, and they feel confident with doing that. Let's paste it and put the 30 in. Okay, so h equals negative 0.01 30 squared plus 0.6 times 30. And now we go to our calculator. We get negative 0.01 times 30 squared plus 0.6, times 30. Bam, 9, just like we got before. So our maximum height is 9, and 30's our 30 comma 9. So our maximum height is 9. It occurs at 30. It's the exact same answer as if we did the completing of completing the square. So it's exactly the same as completing the square, which I did over here. See, I got 39 this way, where I took the average of the two. So I did method 2. I took the average of the two, which is averaging them, and I inserted the average to get the 9 into the initial equation. Your choice which method you want to use.